This week we're going to highlight the price changes in soybean futures associated with the March 31st grain stocks and prospective plantings reports. Then we're going to focus on harvest progress in Brazil, which has picked up speed the last few weeks. Then we're going to turn our attention to the slowing pace of U.S. soybean export sales and wrap things up with a long-term review of November soybean futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We've moved in the middle of March here, and there's a lot going on both domestically here in the U.S. as well as worldwide. Let's start out this week, however, focusing on the March 31st USDA prospective plantings and grain stocks reports. Let's take a look at the price changes associated with those reports. Now, we're less than 2 weeks away from the release of these reports, and why it's so important is illustrated on this chart. Many years here, not every year, but many years, we've seen an increase in price volatility on the date that those reports are released. Some years it's sharply higher, some years it's sharply lower. The critical message with this in mind is work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to have your risk management positions in place prior to the release of these reports. Let's shift gears now to the Southern Hemisphere, specifically looking at Brazil and harvest progress. Let's take a look at where those beans are produced in Brazil. Now, we've highlighted Mato Grosso here in the north. It's the largest soybean producing state, about 26% of the total production. Nationwide, USDA is forecasting a 10% increase in Brazil's soybean production for this year. That's going to have some critical implications as we move forward. Let's take a look at soybean harvest progress here. Nationwide, about 70% of the beans now harvested. That's above the 5-year average of 65%. It means more of those beans are ready to move into the export pipeline. We'll highlight that for you momentarily. We're looking at more of those southern states now. Paraná, Mato Grosso do Sul, about 75-80% done. And down there in the far south, Rio Grande do Sul is only about 10% done. Highlighting Mato Grosso here in the north, again, the largest producing state, essentially harvest is complete. Now, we're moving those beans into the export pipeline, and again, that has implications for the market. Harvest is still going on, however, about 25 to 30% less left. So let's take a look at the short-term weather trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm weather. Starting out here, looking at the next 7 to 10 days, keeping in mind that most of those beans up in Mato Grosso have already been harvested. Below that blue line, it's going to be fairly dry over the next 7 to 10 days, which should be a good environment for soybean harvest. Let's look at that a little bit closer here. The next 14 days, all that wide area, if you will, only limited precip in that area. Again, up above that range in that green area, most of those beans are harvested up in Mato Grosso. Let's look at the next 14 days now. 14 days, it's close to average across most areas. We are looking for some increased rainfall to begin at the end of next week for those southern areas. But all in all, it looks like it's going to be still a fairly rapid harvest pace. Let's shift gears now and focus on U.S. export trends. Let's take a look at the level of unshipped U.S. soybean export sales. Now, we're looking at a level here that's slightly above last year, but well below some of those recent years. Now, if we look only at China, you can see that this level is slightly above last year, but below the 3-year average and well below some of those years we saw 6, 7, 8 years ago. Here's the key message we want to share. Soybean exports from Brazil for the second week of March were huge at 139 million bushel. The 8-day shipment total for the month of March is up 36% compared to last year. If that pace continues the remainder of the month, total shipments will be 625 million bushel. That would surpass the previous monthly high of 575 in May 2023. Bottom line, this trend would seemingly not bode well for U.S. soybean exports during the remainder of the 24-25 crop year. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in November beans. Now, November beans, as we tape here on Tuesday, are trading near $10.15 a bushel. Notice that the projected crop insurance spring base price for 2025 was established in February at $10.54. But look at that variation between February, the base period for spring, and the harvest price there highlighted in October. Many years, not every year, but many years, quite a bit of price volatility there. That's where we strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage your positions for 2025 production. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants We'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.